Stathopoulos and Josh Phegan come together in an incredible podcast, Grow, Scale, Master.
An energetic approach to drive progress, master skills, build strengths and put the strategy back into rapid business and personal success.
Backed by real-world experience in rapid scaling to playing the long-term game of business, it's the story of all the lessons learned on the journey to mastery.
Be inspired, renew your energy and chase the future with Grow, Scale, Master.
Con, we're going to talk today about great growth. And you know what? Like, I love being around businesses that are growing, people that are growing, the opportunities that growth actually bring with it. But one of the key things that I do before I actually go to walk into any business or any organization is I just think, okay, what life stages have I got in the room?
Right.
So when you think about life stages, single, coupling up, having a baby,
slowing
kids are
down,
growing up,
gearing up,
repartnering, not all of those different things that go on. Next conversation is that, is there anyone in the room that's going through a very specific life event? Mm-hmm. And sometimes those life events are amazing and sometimes they are nothing but pure tragedies. Then in the environment that I'm in today, because I move around a little, is it like, what's actually the economic cycle? So how are things going there? Is it on the up and up? Is it on the down and down? Like, where is that particular society or that particular economy at? And then the last one is I think about business cycles. So where is this business at? Is the business on a growth trajectory? Is the business leveling out? Is it going backwards? Is there tension in the ownership group? Like maybe because one person is in profit mode and another person is in growth mode. Talk to us a little bit about that. Is any of that stuff important when a business is looking about how to grow and whether or not great growth is even possible given some of those conditions?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, all of those are extremely relevant. So whether you're looking to grow internally, so via market share, through productivity per agent, or you're looking externally through mergers and acquisitions or through recruitment, I think, life stages and events, economic cycles, business cycles are really important. But I tell you what I have experienced, because we've had rapid exponential growth and then we've layered that on with, year-on-year growth, right? It's why are you growing? What are you actually trying to achieve? Mm-hmm. Because sometimes you can fall into the trap of becoming a bit of a growth junkie, doing a deal for deal's sake. Not all business is good business, right? You don't need all of it. What you need is the good stuff. So with growth, what is it that you're actually trying to achieve? Are you trying to grow revenue or profit? Are you trying to grow revenue and profit? And you're also trying to grow market share? You're trying to grow people? What is the growth mechanism or lever that you're trying to pull? So for us, when we first started, it was all about survival. So growth for us was, can we just get through break even in year one? That was it. That was growth for us, right? Because it was coming off a lower base. Year two was all about adrenaline. This is fun. This is exciting. Just recruiting our agents and, more listings and more sales. But hang on a second, systems and processes start to fall apart because you haven't had, you've gone from 90 sales to 670 sales, literally overnight, things break. And then the third year was all about, we're pretty good, because we'll tell you we're pretty good. We've won all the awards. We're the kind of the flavor of the month, but the infrastructure behind to support that wouldn't facilitate another year of that performance, right? Plus, we also came off the back of COVID. So I think with growth, life stages, my life stage, my life events, where I'm at in terms of my business cycle and the business and the economy, absolutely critical for defining what growth actually means. Because I believe anyone can grow. You can grow your knowledge, you can grow your skills, you can grow experience, you can grow, via scale, you can grow deep and wide. It just depends on what is the definition of growth.
So why growth?
Why not? I think we have the greatest gift and the greatest opportunity doing what we do. This is, in my opinion, the best industry on planet Earth to be able to go and test and see how good you are. You can't ever master it. And the opportunity is far too big to not be able to go and take. There are 21,820 sales that occur in the regions that we service. We do about we do 10% of that. We have a good business. We don't have a great business. What's it going to take for us to be a great business? That's what feeds me. It's not revenue. It's not profit. It's not statistics. It is if 9 out of 10 people don't pick us, I'm trying to solve that problem. So my growth now is in how do we organically become better at every single stage of the process.
Is growth expensive?
It can be. Because, I mean, if you're going to go down the mergers and acquisitions part, absolutely, it can become very expensive. And also when you're growing via M&A, you're actually taking on legacy systems and practices and people and cultures and ideas and thoughts. But it can also be personally expensive. So it can take a tax. And, I was talking to a guy that went out on his own last year, and he reached out because it's not that it's not working for him. He just didn't realise that growing out on his own and growing for him, it was going to come at an expense for himself, his family, or his business, and he wasn't prepared to really give up any of those. So yeah, it can be expensive, mate, for sure.
And the interesting conversation: do you think it's worth it?
Yeah, I do personally, because you got to work out the definition of what the growth equals success. So growing, so I could go and grow $100 million GCI business and make no money. So is it worth it? Probably not, right? Because it comes with this whole lot of, friction and parts that, won't probably be a joy. I think it's personally worth it because, as I said earlier, you get to really test how good you can be. So just think about this. A lot of people said, how did we grow the business so fast? Think about no plan B. Think about being debt funded 134%. Think about blinkers on, full focus, nothing else matters for 12 months, every single day. That was worth it. Because then I got to see what I was capable of. So it wasn't the financial reward, it was my capability, my personal growth journey, if that made sense, because every level of growth requires a new version of ourselves. It's like our iPhones, mate. We've got to plug it in and we get a software upgrade. So if I'm at the $30 million level, which is where we're at now, what does $50 million in revenue look like? What does it feel like? What's the experience for me, my people? What do I need infrastructure-wise? I'm not talking about buildings. I'm talking about skills. I'm talking about the soft stuff. Do we have performance coaches? Do we have enough people? Does that make sense?
Sure. And do you believe in the conversation that the people that got you to here are not necessarily the people that are going to take you to here?
Yes and no. Yes and no, because fundamentally, yes, I do believe that.
Because there was the story, was it Compaq Computers?
Yes.
That the founder of Compaq could never grow it.
And BlackBerry.
Yeah.
Right, two of the greatest failures, right? So I do believe...
That was harsh.
Yeah, I know. sorry, Compaq and BlackBerry.
Yeah.
But I do believe that some people in your team will help you get to X, but not to Y. That doesn't mean, though, they're redundant. That doesn't mean that they're not needed in the business, right? So I look at our business and all of our leaders, we essentially either inherited and grew or we went and sourced and grew. So from my perspective, they've all gone on that same growth journey. The thing is with growth, Josh, anyone that wants to, I don't want to say anyone worth having because that makes it insensitive, or anyone worth keeping, but essentially they want to know, what is the growth story? Can you clearly articulate the vision? Is it crystallized? Is it documented?
Did people get better?
100%.
So someone can still do 20 deals, but on a day less a week.
Mate, and that's the thing. That's the beauty about this. That's exactly what we talk about. Hey, you don't all need to be Amit Nayak doing 220 sales a year.
Which is incredible.
Which is phenomenal. By the way, he wants to get to 350. Why? Because he can. And he can utilize technology and systems and processes. But what about that person that goes, hey, listen, I want to be able to drop the kids off every day. I want to pick them up. I want to be able to work half day on a Saturday because I've got school sports after 1 o'clock and I still want to write 400K in fees. Can we design a blueprint for that? Absolutely we can.
So, Con, let me ask you a question. Which part of the chocolate cake is the best part of the chocolate cake?
Oh, mate, this is cryptic. I told you I don't like riddles. What part of the chocolate cake is the best part of the chocolate cake? I'm not a desserts person, but I guess any piece that you get, I don't know. What is it?
The first part.
Why?
The anticipation.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, yeah, that makes good.
But
you're smart. You're so smart.
But yeah, let's say that when you were working with your kids, if they ate all the cake, and then Dad, I feel sick. And so what you've got to realize is that literally the first bit is the best bit. Right. And I often have a problem when I'm working with people that they're so transactionally orientated, they've forgotten the power of the transformational relationships.
Yeah.
And I think about this, mate, like literally forget the money, man. Like 100%, the relationships I've got, the people that I've met, the experiences that I've had, man, the stories I'm going to be able to
Joshy,
tell.
you know what? I'm sorry to cut you off, but you just reminded me of a conversation I had today with an agent that's a bit off track. And he just goes, oh, man, I'm just getting, real estate's, I'm starting to fall out of love with it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, man, I get that. I understand that. He's like, you got to take on vendors that you don't necessarily like. And I said, okay, that's really interesting. Why do you have to take on vendors that you don't like? Man, it's all about profit, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, brother, it's got nothing to do with profit. First of all, if
be so good that you can choose who you work with.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So that is a level of growth. Mm-hmm. That's kind of
like a maturing.
It is.
So I'd say that sometimes, and I think that one of the best on this, and a great mentor that I still spend some time with today, in the chairman at Jealous Craig, in Nick Dowling.
He's one of the greatest.
And Nick said to me, the most important foundational piece that he learned in growing Jealous Craig in its most recent iterations is that he would say that you've slow, deliberate, controlled, direct growth, and so you would bring him an opportunity. He goes, no. Oh, wow, it doesn't fit inside of our growth plan. Yeah. And so, whereas others are like, oh, I'll take on anything.
See, you know how much discipline that requires?
Yes.
Damien Hackett's another one like that too.
Yes.
Damo's a very dear friend of ours from place up in Brisbane. And Damien is exactly the same. But see, that is growth. Mm-hmm. So growth isn't just listings, sales, market share, income. No, it's none of that. It's all of it.
Yeah.
So what level do you want to play at? Do you want to elevate yourself so you can go, hey, I don't need all the business. Mm-hmm. I probably just need the 5 out of those 10 listing appointments that I go for that want to pay.
Do the stuff that makes you come alive.
Correct.
Yeah.
Do the stuff that you're passionate about. Do the stuff that you can impact on, not kind of put them through a sausage factory, if that makes sense.
I love it when people are like, oh, you have too many holidays. Oh. And I'm like, are you kidding? The amount of thinking time that I get, the execution time that I get, the reading time that I get to then allow me to become better when I'm back in the saddle. It's
the biggest software upgrade you can do for your soul.
Experiences that rapidly shaped you.
So there I was, and I'm at an open for inspection. And my dad was running the open, and I'm out the front. I'm 6 years old. Hello, welcome to the open for inspection. The agent's just showing a few people through the home. As it's a rather large property, we're taking 1 to 2 parties at a time. Please feel free to have a bit of a wander around the garden. Here's a copy of the brochure. And as soon as the agent is available, then we'll get you to come through the open for inspection. And I didn't think anything of that.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could play school sports. So. And so naturally it was fine, and I didn't know about the Fair Work Ombudsman, but the basic idea is that literally I got potato cakes or potato scallops, depending on which side of the body you're on.
Cakes.
And so then naturally, you wouldn't believe it. So I get into this room, and this must have been like circa 2009, 2010. And this guy introduces himself and he says, oh, hey, Josh. I'm like, hi. He goes, oh, my name's Mike. I'm like, oh, hey, Mike. Yeah, good to see you. And he goes, thanks very much. Is the agent ready to show me through the house yet? And I kind of looked at him a bit weird. I'm like, well, what are you talking about? He goes, that's what you said to me when you were 6 years old. My parents actually lived behind that house. And that was a property better known as 32 Nordsford Drive in Wodonga. I went on to sell that house a couple of times. I sold it once with Dad. I sold it a second time with Dad. And then I sold it again myself. And it was really, foundational in the history of us. And that guy said to me, mate, like, because I've watched your growth and your journey in the industry, mate, I'd like you to come, and we're going to take all of our directors from Melbourne, and we're going to fly to Dubai, and we're going to do a leadership event. But in order to make sure that you succeed at the leadership event, I need to see you 4 times for an hour in their separate times, where I'm going to teach you everything about our business to make sure that literally your thinking aligns with where I want the business to go. And that's actually what's going to happen. And his name was Mike McCarthy, one of the most successful CEOs of our more
Barry Plant?
Barry Plant, yeah. Exactly right. And interesting enough, literally little did I know that first trip to Dubai, when it was almost practically sand, would then spur on an incredible run
for
us in terms of us training, and also to watching and seeing a culture evolve and watching a whole part of the world come up out of the ground. And that literally the way that I handled that open for inspection as a 6-year-old led to that opportunity that came many years later that has now led on to things that are well beyond my wildest dreams.
Isn't it funny? It's all starts with one conversation, one meeting, one person, one at a time.
Something that's changing your view.
Dr. Edward Hallowell, the preeminent researcher on ADHD, ADD, wrote a book called Crazy Busy. I thought it was great. I rang him up. I said, Dr. Edward Hallowell, would you like to come and speak for us? And he spoke at an event for us in Seattle. And the interesting thing that he said, when I meet people like you and the people that work with you, one of the things that I identify very quickly is they have a Ferrari engine for a brain, but they have bicycle brakes.
I knew you were going to go with that.
Yeah. And I'm like, what? Ferrari engine for a brain, but bicycle brakes? He said,
Can't pull up.
You are unbelievable. You can go from 0 to 500 kilometers an hour. But if you're going down completely the wrong road, you have no idea how to apply the brakes. And you spin spectacularly out of control.
Wow.
Your job is, what you actually need in life is you actually need a brake specialist that teaches you how to brake at the appropriate points so that when you're going too fast or you're starting to go over the edge, about how to slow, so then you can use that phenomenal speed to gain. And that conversation will probably never leave me.
I really like that. Sometimes I have no brakes at all, Josh. One idea that's rapidly changing my view at the moment is it takes nothing just to be kind.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what's happening behind people's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
We had 1,065 groups come through on Saturday, and it was 11 degrees, 12 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really cold winter's day.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with those people? Why are they here? Is it a birth, death, marriage? Is it DV? Is it financial stress? And our job, and that's the beauty about the gift that we've got, is to be able to pick up those little breadcrumbs and start a conversation that builds into a relationship.